What's up, y'all? Episode 81 of Shoe Booty Sports coming at you Tuesday night. Western Conference Final, first round going on as we speak. Nuggets in control at the moment, but Lakers kind of hanging in there. They're taking took some serious haymakers there in the first quarter. Looks like they're kind of starting to creep their way back into it, make it a bit of a game. But yeah, Nuggets coming out hot early. Uh, yeah, we'll get to that in a bit. First off, this is your host, Grandpa, co-host Bradley Brown. Say what's up, Brad.
What's happening?
Brad is playing hurt tonight, y'all. So we appreciate him being here, toughing this one out. Quick shout out to our sponsor, Rhino Races. Shoe Booty Sports is presented by Rhino Races. Rhino Races is a virtual race series that offers 5 different races: a 5K, 10K, half marathon, a marathon, and the Rhino Ultra. Sign up for one or all five of their races at rhinoraces.com. Run your race at your convenience. Track your run with your fitness app of choice. Screenshot your results. Submit those results to rhinoraces.com under the submit results section. Once your results are verified by Rhino Races staff, you will receive your award by mail. Also, check out their gear section for t-shirts, wristbands, decals, and more. Again, rhinoraces.com. Rhino Races is the premier virtual running series. Also, you can find us, Shoe Booty Sports, on Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts, the Wisdom app. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter at Shoe Booty Sports. Okay. Austin Reeves taking a shot almost goes in there. I'm probably a little ahead of you. At least that tends to be the trend when we do these
About five
things.
seconds, yeah.
Yeah, when we tend to do these things. So I'll try not to ruin things for you. But it's a 9 point game at the moment. Lakers trying to make a ball game out of it. Denver came out hot, man.
They were
Jokic
doing whatever they wanted, man, in that first quarter.
Jokic was incredible.
12
Let
rebounds in a quarter.
I knew he had 10. I didn't know how high the number got. But he's playing like the two-time MVP and could have been the three-time MVP this year, as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
And he just hits another three at the top of the perimeter. Okay, so conference finals starting tonight. Let's do some picks. Western Conference Final. I said this before this game started. I think Denver is the best team left in it in either
Yeah.
conference. I really like what the Lakers have done. Of course, beating the Warriors in six. They can hang with Denver, but I think Denver is the best team left. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go Nuggets in six.
That's what
What
the
say you?
Corgi said on Twitter. Yeah. Nuggets and six.
That's what who said on Twitter?
The Corgi, the dog that was launching fake basketballs in the laundry baskets. Remember, they made a big deal about it with the
Right,
Lakers and Warriors. He was long.
right.
Yeah, he was wrong about that series, but he might be spot on this series.
I just think the Nuggets are the better team. It's not to say anything negative about the Lakers and what they've done and what they're doing, but you go from a terrible team to the Western Conference Finals just from making moves at the trade deadline. I don't know how you go from just one of the worst teams in the league to an NBA champion. They put themselves in contention for sure, but Denver's been the best team all year. I think they're going to prove that this series. I think the Lakers are going to give them a fight, but I think Denver takes it in six. All right, Eastern Conference Final. That one's more. I like Miami, but I think the Celtics beat them. I think the Celtics beat them in 5 or 6 games. I'll say 6 games. Just I'll give
I would
Spolstra.
say six. Yeah.
I'll say Spolstra is good for a game, and Jimmy buckets as well. Just the combination of those two, not necessarily Spolstra just by himself, but the combination of those two. And Miami's just a tough team. They're going to go down swinging, and Boston will have a game or few where they just kind of don't show up. You don't always know what you're going to get with Tatum or Brown. Tatum was all time great in Game 7 in the Eastern Conference semi against Philly, but they have those games where they just don't really show up. Um, Not like they're capable of. So I think Miami can get two from them. Yeah, I'll go Celtics in six. So Celtics Nuggets final. I don't know how the league is necessarily going to feel about that. They're going to like that Boston's in it. That's a big market. But
Yeah,
I would be intrigued by that just because Jokic, like I said, I've compared his play this year to Dirk in 2011. He's on a mission. He's on a mission to go get that ring. He is starving for a championship. He's playing like it. That team is clicking on all cylinders. Have been all year. Yeah, I
these are
think
some of the worst passes I've seen. Sorry.
Denver has a lot to do with that too, though.
Yeah.
Because when you're down 10 points, whatever it is, and they have an answer for everything you do, you're just going to be more prone. You're going to feel rushed. You're going to feel more. You're going to be more prone to make mistakes. Hachimura has played a very good game though for LA so far. Okay. All right. So, what are the Lakers going to have to do though if they're going to compete with Denver here? If they're going to beat them or give it a series?
I think I heard a quote this morning that they would have to kidnap the Joker, man. Like that's pretty much their only chance, dude. But
Could be the case. I mean, that would probably be what it takes. I don't know if there's a lot they can do because they tried doubling him, and then
I
Jokic
mean,
gets finds a way to get it to the open defender. He had a beautiful pass on a double team that
even
led to an
whenever
easy
you maintain
lay-in.
him, he's gonna get a triple double, right? I mean,
He's a walking triple double, yeah,
yeah.
and
So
27, 15, and 14, like that kind of triple double.
mhm,
Not 11, 12, and 11.
yeah,
He's Yeah, he's just playing. He's playing like the most valuable player in the league. He's playing like the guy we've seen the last 3 years, except on a mission and has a better team around him. I think it's Denver's year. I think Denver wins it all. I can repick, when we get to that point, but I think Denver's going to win the whole thing. I just think they're that good. I think Jokic is that good. I think this his team is talented enough around him. They've just got a bunch of really good players on that team. Like
yeah.
Jokic is the great player, and then they just have a bunch of really good players around him. They're well coached. They defend. They're a championship level team, and I think they'll prove that in this series and then the next one. I like Denver. I like Denver the rest of the way. Wasn't sold on them. I was not sold on them until I saw them play Phoenix those first two games. And those first two games against Phoenix, I was like, yeah, they can do it. They can win the whole thing. And I think that's what they'll do. But if they're going to compete with Denver, they've got to find AD is going to have to play out of his mind defensively, and he's capable of doing that. You're going to have to get a lot of what you got from him last series, the Lakers, that is. Just LeBron's got to play great, AD's got to play great, and you're going to have guys like D'Lo and Austin Reeves and Hachimura to have some big nights, to have some big games sprinkled in there as well. That's what it's going to take.
And Walker the fourth.
Yeah, yeah. Lonnie Walker. I mean, just other guys are going to have to step up, being the point. Yeah, 131 left in the half, and it's a 17-point game. It's a 17-point game. I thought LA was going to battle back here in the second quarter, and as soon as they got within striking distance, what like an 8 point lead, it's just
Yeah.
another haymaker.
Hmm.
And I don't think that, I mean, the Lakers aren't playing just piss poor. I just think Denver's just that good, and they're proving that tonight. Okay, as the first half winds down here, Denver's, man, they're really really trying to separate themselves here heading into halftime.
Yeah.
Okay,
Looks
if
like
you're
they're being successful. So
they are, but all right. So if you're the Warriors, what do you do if you're what do you do if you're Golden State? Is this the end of an era? I said last year when they won it, it felt like this was it. It felt like this was kind of the final run.
Hmm.
And a lot of people said they could be getting ready for another run. And I was like, well, I guess I could see that. But I don't know. This kind of feels like this is going to be because these guys aren't going to get any younger. Clay's knees aren't going to get any healthier.
No,
Steph's not going to get any healthier. This could be it. This could be the end of an era. What do you do if you're them to stay in contention? Do you break up that three at all? Do you even consider it?
I don't think you even consider it. I just think you need to, make some trades, get the right people in there. But I don't know, man. I just don't see them breaking up the three.
Who do you get rid of though? I mean, who do you trade and who do you try to go get?
Oh, no clue. No clue.
Yeah, I guess that's why the GM there makes the big bucks.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I think you consider it just because of what's it going to cost. What is Clay going to want? I think it's fair to if Clay's wanting the max, if Draymond's wanting the max, Steph, you give him what he wants, right? But
Yeah.
Clay, at this point in his career, I'm almost going up to him being like, look, how bad do you want to be a part of this thing still? Because Clay to me isn't, he's not a max player anymore. And I don't think Draymond's a max player, but I think one of those two are going to have to get the bag. And for that team, I never thought I'd say this. I think Draymond is almost the more valuable of the two at this point, just because of what he brings to the table. And because Clay, Clay's not the elite defender he used to be anymore. He's still a good defender, but he's not the elite defender he used to be. And he's going to have some off nights. He had a really off game 6 against the Lakers. Did not play well at all, which is very rare you say about either Splash Brother. I mean, Clay kept the year, gosh, what was it, 2016? It might have been the year they got to the back to the finals, overcame a 3-1 lead or a 3-1 deficit against Oklahoma City. Clay Thompson is the reason that they won game 5 and then were able to overcome that deficit and eventually win that series. And then, basically force KD into the I can't beat them, join them thing. But Clay was the reason for that. But that's kind of the point. I don't know that you can just say, well, he did all this for us in the past, so we don't even need to consider. I think consider it just because of what it might cost. But if money's not an option, I would ride with that. I would ride with that trio for as long as I could. You got 4 rings out of them. You got four Larry O'Brien trophies. If you can add a couple more pieces around them, that's what I prefer to do. If I'm the GM, of course, things aren't always going to pan out the way you want them to. The big thing for me, they need some inside scoring. They need some inside scoring, whether it be at forward or center. I like Looney. He was their only rebounding option. A lot of people are saying, get rid of Looney, ship Looney out. He's an offensive liability. Yeah, but then who's going to get your rebounds? You know, Draymond can only do so much at 6'7" down there.
Yeah.
You got to have a guy that can rebound, but really you just need somebody that can score in the post, and that's something they're lacking. That would be what I'd focus on if I'm them. All right, if you're the Sixers, what do you do? By the way, Doc Rivers got fired today. Monty Williams of the Suns got fired yesterday, I believe it was. So yeah, Doc Rivers fired today. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I did see that this morning, which is pretty wild.
Yeah, it's not shocking though. I mean, you really surprised? If it were me, I wouldn't fire him because I don't think that was a championship team anyway.
No, I mean, I don't know. Who are they going to go out there and get? Who's the hot name? I mean, he's what, the third vacancy so far?
I mean, it's gonna be like the NFL. It's just gonna be a coaching carousel. They're just gonna recycle out. I wouldn't be surprised if the two switched. I'm serious. I wouldn't be surprised if Monty Williams ended up in Philly or Doc ended up in Phoenix. Doc ending up in Phoenix is not far fetched at all. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. Doc Rivers is a good coach. I wouldn't mind. That's the big name, kind of the big name I'd either want along with Nick Nurse. I really like Nick Nurse. If I could have any of them, I'd go with Nick Nurse, but I think he's probably the lead candidate for the Bucks position. And of all the head coaching vacancies, that's the one I'd want. I'd want the Milwaukee Bucks head coaching job.
No.
Because if those guys could have stayed healthy, it would have been a series with Miami, but they couldn't. But Phoenix is going to be a hot job. I'm sure Doc Rivers is going to be a leading candidate for that. As far as where the Sixers go, I don't know. I don't know where they go.
I don't think they go anywhere. They're already talking about Harden leaving. He's serious about going back to Houston. Um, and man, I think the process is over. I don't think there's anything to trust there. So just
I trust Embiid.
trust Embiid, but man, he's going to need a lot more help around him.
He is, and they have some nice players. I mean, they were a 3 seed in the East. It's not like it's a bunch of bums out there, but did anybody really see them winning at all? Even if they would have gotten to the finals, I don't see them anywhere near. I think Denver could beat them in 5 games.
Yeah, be pretty quick.
It'd be sad. It could probably go 6 just because Embiid's good for a couple of great games. But yeah, I don't. I didn't see them as a serious threat to take on who I don't think they could beat the Lakers. I don't think they could beat the Lakers as is. I didn't hear that about Harden though. I don't doubt it, although I don't know why you would want to go into that
I don't either. Maybe he was
situation.
thinking they were going to get the lottery pick tonight, which they didn't. The
Yeah,
Spurs ended up
Spurs.
getting that one, and yeah, I mean that's probably the best thing for the league, right? Getting the Spurs at the #1 draft pick, getting what Victor Wembanyama, is that his name?
That's a pretty good bet. That sounds like a guy that the Spurs would get, right? Even though Pop is gone, he's retired now, but it's the Spurs. It's one of the best organizations in the NBA. It's the last time I remember them having the #1 pick was Tim Duncan, and
That worked out pretty good.
that worked out okay. That was a dream scenario though. You had David Robinson sit out the entire year essentially because of injury, and
Yeah,
so you of course fall into the #1 spot, get all the ping pong balls, and then you get that #1 pick, and then oh here comes Tim Duncan. So we got these twin towers down here and just dominate. Got 2 championships out of those two. Of course, Duncan got 3 more after that.
it's wild. 5 championships, man.
Yeah, all time great, big time Timmy Jims. That's what Lincecum said, right?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
I was like, that
Big
wasn't
time
Tim
Timmy
Duncan.
Jim.
That
Yeah.
wasn't Tim Duncan.
Wait, nobody calls me that.
That was a good commercial, underrated
Yeah,
commercial.
very good.
I saw that Air is now streaming. I'm gonna have to check that out. By the way,
Was that on Prime?
it's I think so. I think so. Which I have, so I will get to see it at some point. That might be what I do this weekend. We'll see. Okay, did you see? I don't know how often you're on TikTok, but I jotted this down because I wanted to talk about it a little bit. There's this guy went on TikTok. He filmed Aaron Rodgers like essentially denying him an autograph. And he essentially the message in the TikTok was like when you meet your dream and he does your dream not dream, your hero athlete essentially that when you meet your athletic hero and he shuns you, just acts like you're not even there, doesn't pay any attention. Like we're kind of painting him out to be a bad guy,
Yeah.
painting Aaron Rodgers out to be a bad guy. And then you watch the video and it's this grown man, looks our age or maybe a little younger. Grown man goes up to Aaron Rodgers who's just chilling it's like a private party type of thing, like event. He's just sitting on the couch, he's got a drink, he's just trying to relax. And the guy walks up and it's clearly premeditated. It wasn't like because he has he has his card of him. He has his Aaron Rodgers like football card, the guy, and he like leans into the like little lounge area and is talking to him, and then Rodgers like has just this funny like, who is this guy? What's he doing? Has this natural reaction I think anybody would. Looks at his card as the guy's like, hey, will you sign my card? And then he just kind of just turns away. I'm guessing he probably said no or something, but he turns away and just continues to sip his drink, and it's it looked uncomfortable, just watching it. Like you see these beautiful women just standing like behind it, like kind of watching the whole thing. And I'm just thinking, God, I'd hate to be that guy. Just like, why would you even put yourself in that kind of position thing? But was that, and a lot of people like myself were like, that's kind of weird and out of bounds for me. But if you're an athlete, if you're Aaron Rodgers, do you sign the card in that scenario? Or do you
No,
just,
no. If you're under 12, you're not getting a freaking autograph. Or, yeah, if you're not under 12, you're not getting an autograph.
yeah.
You're not. He's not at the team facility. He's not at any kind of media days. It's not after practice. I mean, this is his downtime. This is his private life. Get away from the man. Let him have his time.
Yeah, if you're Rodgers,
As a grown man, you would think the guy would know better.
yeah, if I'm Rodgers, if I'm in a good mood and or just want to do it, then sure, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll sign it real quick. I don't want to hear your story or nothing, but I'll sign it and then you can go. But if he did, but that's here's my take. If I'm this guy's age, I don't want to. It's weird to want to go to another grown person and ask for their autograph. If I'm a kid or something, and that's like my hero or something, then sure, I'd love to get your autograph, right?
Yeah.
But if I saw Tom Brady walking down the street and he's just casually walking, I'd be like, "Hey, that's Tom Brady. Cool." And
I would probably have a more of a reaction than that, but yeah, I wouldn't hassle him. Oh my God,
right,
it's Tom Brady.
yeah, it might be like, "What's up, Tom?" Something like that. But yeah, it wouldn't be, "Oh, I got to go like get his ink real quick." I just feel like that's weird. I'm sure he gets that all, especially when you're a grown person doing it.
Yeah. I mean, I'd figure most adults, if they're getting autographs, it's not for their personal like collection. It's, hey, I'm gonna go sell this on eBay or try to turn a profit. They're hustling out there. I mean, I don't know. I can see the reasons why, don't autograph that damn card.
Yeah. Well, and like memorabilia shops, I knew a guy that owned one, and he would tell me like when he would get signatures from athletes, he'd give a kid like,
Yeah.
5, 10
Give
bucks or something and say, "Hey, take this over there and get him to sign it."
yeah.
And that's how he got a lot of his autographs. Yeah, that's weird to, like I said, I've got like my sports card collections that I'll never get rid of, just from when I was a kid.
Hmm.
But that's pretty much it. Like, if I, and even then it's not just this, oh God, this coveted thing of mine.
I would rather have a picture with the person than an autograph.
Yeah, that'd be, it looks, to me it just makes me look dumb. And like I'm thinking like how the women were like viewing the situation. Like, do you want to be that guy asking for like, as a grown man, asking Aaron Rodgers to sign his card? Like, can you sign my card of you?
Can you read out my football card?
like he didn't take any of those women home that night. Didn't didn't come remotely close. I would just, yeah, I would want a picture or say what's up, and that's it. That's enough for me. It's weird, and it's weird for a grown person to wear a sports jersey to me, and it's weird for
Yes.
a grown
Except for
person.
I don't know, except for a hockey jersey. I think those go with adults. But if you're at a hockey game. But
Yeah,
yeah, football
those
jerseys
look
in
kind of,
football stadiums, no. Nope. It's like the autographs. Be under the age of 12. Wear that football jersey. But
I guess the hockey jersey could pass, but I still just give me like a T-shirt or something
Which
of the
is
team.
which is stranger, a an adult wearing or just a fan in general wearing a football jersey to a football game or an authentic baseball jersey to a baseball game?
The football jersey.
I would go with the baseball jersey.
Now if it's got like if it's got like the guy's number, but baseball jerseys look kind of cool though. Like they like it's a button up. Like the Cardinals jerseys are real nice. I kind of I still wouldn't rock one, but it's
Like, hey,
I
did your whole team come here and watch the team?
okay,
Did your
yeah.
whole little league team come here and watch the game? Like,
But like I just see these like grown like men with beer bellies like rocking like a Dak Prescott jersey or something, just walking around here. I remember I remember coming back to this area when we were in college, and Matt Jones had gotten drafted by Jacksonville Jaguars.
yeah.
I remember running at the Cabot track one late afternoon, and there was a big tubby guy out there wearing a Matt Jones Jacksonville Jaguars jersey. He hadn't
Didn't
even
think
like
anybody'd see me.
yeah, he hadn't even he hadn't even set foot like on the field yet, and we all know how his NFL career panned out. But
Yeah.
he's a great college quarterback. But it looked good, and not to rip on Matt Jones, it just looked funny to see this grown man just rocking his rookie jersey. I just thought that was really weird, and I was 19, and I thought that then. I think it's even just as weird, if not more weird now.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah, foul move. The guy kept defending himself in the TikTok thing. Dude, you were in the wrong. Just
Yeah.
eat it, move on, delete the video because you're certainly not helping your game with the ladies with that. But I mean, hey, it's
I don't think you're helping your game with anybody with that.
yeah, exactly. Whatever team you're playing for. But okay, so to be fair, there's weirder stuff on TikTok, I guess. But all right, we'll leave TikTok alone now. But all right, quick update. We didn't talk about this last week. Did you, I don't know what word came out just then. Did you hear about Mike Anderson's lawsuit against St. John's? I guess it's like 46 million.
I did not. I have no idea about this. What's up with that?
I'm surprised if you've been on ESPN. If you were on ESPN at all last week, it was at least on the headlines, the top little headlines there. But yeah, and they fired him to essentially go get Rick Pitino.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, they said they just gave a reason for like cause, and it was like a breach of contract because the team wasn't doing well academically, that kind of thing. I don't know which side's true, which side isn't. Uh, I didn't think Mike Anderson was a very good coach, but I don't know about basically saying he didn't get the kids academically ready. I'm sure. I mean, it's more strict at St. John's than like the University of Arkansas or Missouri or UAB, but which is where Anderson was prior to St. John's. So I don't know. I don't have a side to pick in that. He's probably got a good shot. I don't know at winning that, but
So it's just a wrongful termination lawsuit.
that's what he's claiming. But for it's like a certain amount in what he's owed and a certain amount in like what's relative to like damages type of thing. That's a lot of money. We'll see how it unfolds. I just thought it was something that we should probably touch up on here. But another thing involving just the law. How about John Morant? And I don't know if the law is involved here, but he is suspended indefinitely from Grizzlies team activities from his second Instagram live. Uh,
Unbelievable.
yeah, post or where he's wielding a gun. I actually didn't see him wielding a gun. I didn't
You
look at the
seen
video long enough.
you see a flash of it, and his friend he like quickly pans away.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't break down the video, but enough. Like I thought it was like a parody at first because the guy, like, his friend did this or whatever. I thought it
Yeah,
was almost a joke, but then I didn't. But then everybody was like, "Oh, it's." I got the message real quick that it really happened. I was just like, "Gosh, what a! It's just dumb.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's just dumb, man." And I mean,
He's yeah,
I was a dumb kid at that because you're still a kid essentially. I was a dumb
yeah.
kid at that age too. But man, first
You
time's
get
one thing, but to do it again,
and you've got that much money riding on you in contracts. I mean, what with Nike and what's his other big contract that he's got going? Powerade. I
I
mean, dude,
think
he's
so.
playing with a lot of money, dude. He's about to burn a lot of it up. But
Yeah,
I heard, forgot what NBA player said it, and they're like, yeah, everybody's calling him NBA young boy. I'm saying he's NBA dumb boy.
yeah. The memes have been fantastic
Yes,
uh, since this. You'll just look them up, John Morant gun memes or whatever you enter. I don't know, but they've been fantastic. But yeah, Jaw, just stop. Don't stop pretending to be about that life or whatever it is you're doing.
he's making it hard to be a fan. Like,
He is, and I like John Morant. I
yeah,
think everybody likes John Morant,
yep.
but he's making it difficult to support him. If anything, just the idiocy of it. It's like again, one time is dumb enough. Two times and to do it in this time span, just we
Not even
weren't
2 months later.
yeah, we
Like,
weren't that far off from the first one. And here we are again. So he he's gonna have to get his pocketbook hit pretty hard, I think, to
hell,
for
the
the
first
commissioner to
incident
really get the message.
cost him like 600,000.
Well, it's
This one's going to cost him way more than that.
as it should,
Yeah.
as it should. Lakers force a Denver timeout. They're down 16. Like you
Watch
see
out now.
Denver call, yeah, you see Denver call timeout. The head coach real upset. D'Angelo Russell's running to the bench, high fiving. I'm like, oh, it must be because the score's kind of like you can't really see it behind my computer here. And they're like, oh, it's still a 16-point game.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. Maybe the Lakers can come back and make a game of it. I'd like to see that. It's kind of a boring game so far, but
Yeah.
okay. Touch up on the XFL real quick. The Arlington Renegades, the team who finished the season with a losing record and made it to the XFL championship game, they upset the best team in the league, 9-1 DC.
Called
Uh,
it.
yeah, to win the XFL championship. Good call, Brad. I didn't know Bob Stoops was the head coach of the Renegades. Did you know that?
Dude, no, I did not until I seen the post. I was like, holy crap, forgot all about that.
He's like
So,
Bob Stoops is a champion again. It's like shows him in the at Oklahoma and then in the XFL. I don't know. I'd like to see the XFL come back. I don't know if they will or not, but I mean the
I think it
USFL
was a
came back
success
again.
this year. For first year back, I think it was a success.
I don't. It's all about what the numbers say, right?
Yeah.
But they probably earned a spot to come back. Is much better than the first go around. That's for sure. Their 2020 campaign got cut short because of COVID. Obviously, that was out of their hands. There's nothing they could do to control that, or anyone could do to control that. But I'd like to see them come back for another season, see what they can do. Maybe get some more fans in there, make it a little more interesting. But yeah, Arlington Renegades finished the season with a losing record and won the XFL championship. I don't know if that's good or bad for the league, but at least made it interesting. Okay, so moving on to baseball. Okay, Arkansas baseball. When is the last series? Is it Vandy? Like regular season series? Because they moved to number 2 in the latest polls, like national polls, the Arkansas Razorbacks, that is. Wake Forest number 1 at 42-8. Arkansas 38-13 on the season, one game ahead in the SEC of everyone else, like Florida, Vandy, or like a game back. That's as of Tuesday night, tonight. But yeah, currently the SEC by one game, regular season that is. But they do have that big 3-game series against Vandy starting Thursday. It's at Vandy. It's in Nashville. Yeah, Vanderbilt, one of the teams that are 1 game behind them.
So that'll definitely be a tough series. So
Absolutely. I mean, they all are in that league. It seems like, but yeah, it'd be cool to see the Hogs get a regular season SEC championship. Of course, the big ones that is what matters. That's the one that's eluded DVH all these years.
yeah,
But it's a process, and in college baseball and softball, you got to get in. You got to win your regional, your super regional, and then get to the World Series, and then go from there, right? And so forth. So it's a process, like like high school baseball at the lower classifications. Shout out to our alma mater, by the way, Lone Oak Jackrabbits, playing for the state championship in Class 4A, Lone Oak, Arkansas.
dang,
Yeah, playing.
really?
I'm not gonna get to see the game, man. They play at 10 a.m. Friday morning at UCA against Ashdown.
What? 10 a.m.
10. Well, that's when they start. I mean, that's when they start them. They just got the early game. But yeah, to get this, Lone Oak has been atop the 4A rankings. Like they've been like number one in Class 4A all year. They're 28-2 on the year. I don't know where their 2 losses came from, but yeah, after winning their semifinal game, 15-2. Yeah, they
Holy crap!
beat Gravett in the semis 15-2. Um, yeah, 28-2 on the year. Been atop the league all year. Um,
Man, have we
yeah,
ever won state in baseball?
I don't think so. Like
That'd be sweet.
when we played, we were a good team, but we definitely weren't like state contenders.
No.
Like Lone Oak's always been good at baseball, but and they'd have some great years. Like they were really good, like our freshman year. A lot of people thought that could be the year they won state, but
Yeah.
yeah, this is clearly the best team in 4A from what I can tell. 28-2 on the year. Ashdown 18-11 after their semifinal win. But they won their game. I believe it was Brooklyn they beat 17-2. So it could be a good matchup. And I think Ashdown's the team that ousted Lone Oak in the playoffs this past year in football. Different sport, but
Ooh.
yeah, shout out to our Lone Oak Jackrabbits. Shout out to shout out to the Arkansas Razorback softball team and the UCA Bears softball team. UCA getting into the regionals, Arkansas hosting a regional.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah, Arkansas baseball and softball doing well at all levels. But okay, quick touch up on MLB. Quick touch up on MLB. Rays still the best team in the league at 31-11, but they are 5-5 in their last 10 games. They still have a ridiculous 120 plus run differential. And my St. Louis Cardinals are currently at last place in the NL Central, but they are on a 4-game winning streak, so things are looking up.
Didn't they beat someone like 18-3 the other night?
They did. I think it might have been 18-1, or it could have been
Damn.
18-3.
Yeah.
But all right, well let's watch this playoff game, and we'll see y'all again next week. Deuces, y'all.
Go Jackrabbits.
Go Rabs.